that you should be out here like, yeah, Saint, the Saint, he'll do anything for us. Like none of these guys really would do anything for you. Like, what's going on, y'all? Ground Motivated back in this thing again, man, with another video. And today I'm back checking out Ja Rule's once again. If you haven't checked out his channel yet, go ahead and do so right now. Well, after the video, of course. But yeah, man, go ahead and do that after the video, man, and see what he's got going on. He has some pretty good content. He drops some knowledge here and there. And it's pretty entertaining, man. He's actually got a video about, like, Cynthia G and all them. I was dying laughing on that video. I don't even know who half of them ladies are, man. I only know who Cynthia G is just by name. I didn't even know what she looked like till I seen that. But I thought it was funny. And this is basically the part 2 of the video I talked about where he was exposing the red pill dating coach creators, man. You know, we had Donovan Sharp. I already talked about that one. The Myron Gaines, I pretty much go in on him pretty often. So there's that. And this time it's Saint the Center and Roll Up to Mozzie, man. I might only get through Saint the Center, so we'll see. But as far as Saint the Center goes, man, I don't really have an issue with him, man. I have read parts of his book and it was okay. But it's you know, to me it was stuff that I have already, you know, I already kind of knew. It was you know, if you've had some experience and you probably have dealt with some of the things in Saint the Center's book, man. It's kind of what it is he tells a story about a portion of his life, and then he summarizes it at the end and he ties it into a lesson, which is not bad at all. But you know, it's you know, not something that everybody needs. But if you're, you know, you're a young guy or anything and you're trying to get through life or something like that, I think it would be cool. And as far as the way he treats his supporters and whatnot, I don't have a problem with that. I actually like it a lot because I think he's pretty cool. Like, everybody he answers everybody, whether they send in a $2 super chat or they send in a goddamn $300,000 super chat. Like, you know, he talks to everybody on there, man, and he's always respectful, and I can definitely appreciate that, man. He might seem a little arrogant. There's that. So, but other than that, man, I don't really have an issue with him, man. I want to see what Ja Rule has to say. What kind of points is he pointing out? And I'm going to see if I agree or if I disagree. Let's get to it.
Now, the next dude I want to talk about is that dude, the Saint the Sinner. Now, one of the things I don't like about him is that he lies. Like, he embellishes the truth. I caught him in a lie, and now he wanted to backtrack on it. Now, I saw
Saint the Center got that mustache, man. He stay with a mustache. Let's get going.
The first video I saw of him was when he was walking around shadow boxing, right? So I looked at it, I listened to it, and I heard him say, not exactly word for word, but I heard him, what he was talking about was so like maybe about determination or something like that. He turned to the girl that was filming him and said, yeah, like that 3-piece combination that I hit the dude with in Miami. So I'm like, oh, okay, he must be a fighter.
Yeah.
And he went on to say his name, so I typed his name in. There's a website called boxrec.com.
Okay.
Like boxing record, BOX, REC.com, BoxRec. You can put anybody who ever fought professionally in their life, put their name in there, and if they fought, the name they fought under will come up. And if there's other guys that had that same name, they all come up. You click on the one that you know where they from, that comes up, and you can get their record. But when I put his stuff in, nothing came up, and you know, so I knew he wasn't no fighter. So when he was on the live stream, I commented like, no, it wasn't a live stream. It was an actual video that he did.
As far as Saint the Center's boxing career goes, I don't think that he's a pro fighter. I think that he's an amateur fighter because I do remember him saying something about being 4-0 or something like that. And I think I might have did the same thing you did as far as typing in his name on BoxRec and seeing what's good on there. Because like you said, you can find anybody who's ever fought professionally on BoxRec on there. I'm on there. But anyway, man, you can find anybody on there, and he said he was 4-0. But I did see, I think I saw like a video a while back, and it was an amateur fight. So I think that his boxing pedigree that he speaks of is amateur. I don't think that it's professional, and that's two different things. Like as far as 4-0 goes for amateur, you're pretty much still a neophyte, to be honest, man, because you haven't even had 10 fights. Like, once you get 10 fights, then that's when you start fighting the big dogs. You have 10 fights, you fight somebody with 100 fights, you fight somebody with 300 fights, And then and another thing I will say about amateur versus professional is that amateur's way harder than professional because you fight everybody, every skill level. It doesn't matter. Like you fight 3 guys in a weekend. You gotta make weight. You have to make the same weight and then fight the same day. It's just way harder. It's way harder. You gotta have that stupid ass headgear on. You gotta have your shirt on. You gotta have specific shorts on, or they disqualify you and all that kind of stuff. Especially when you get to like the big tournaments, like National Golden Gloves or the Olympic trials and stuff like that. Like if you weigh like say the weight limit, that's what I fought at 165. You weigh 165.2. They'll be like, you're disqualified. Because I remember one time I was in line weighing in, and the guy in front of me weighed at 165.2, and they kicked him out. So he traveled all that way for nothing, and I was just sitting there like I was sweating like crazy, man. Because I was like, man, do I got the right weight right now? Like, because they ain't giving no second chances. But I think he's just an amateur guy. He's an amateur boxer at 4-0, which, like I said, is just neophyte level. So I can't really can't really give any props or any hate comments on that just yet. I did watch a video of him boxing a while ago. I'm actually gonna do a video on that on my other channel, KO Kid Fit. Go check that out. Subscribe right now, man. I'm gonna do a video breakdown of his fight and all of your favorite YouTubers. Basically, anything that they've ever done boxing, I'm gonna put it there, or fighting that they've done, I'm gonna put it there, and we're gonna rate their skills, and we're gonna decide whether or not they'd actually be a threat to you or they wouldn't. They would just be like, man, what the hell are you doing? Like, it's gonna be like that. But let's keep going. I talked for a long time.
Yo, man, you talk so tough. I looked you up in Boxer Rec and I don't see anything. What's that about? Explain that. And then on a live stream, he said something about that he's not boxing. He don't box. He just spars at like the Floyd Mayweather gym and stuff like that. Well, that's that fitness boxing. That's not. But the thing about it is, if you just do that, see, you didn't talk about that. How can you claim that you just spar and do fitness boxing when you shouted out and said something about a 3-piece combo you hit a dude with in Miami? There should be some footage of that. He was awesome.
You know what? He does have a point there, man. Because Saint and Center does do like I feel like he has done some extensive talking about boxing and whatnot. And yeah, he looks like he works out. He's in good shape and everything, and all that. He was talking about one day, what are good qualifications to have when looking for a good boxing coach, and I guess he relates a lot of things that he talks about to his fighting, and I guess unfortunately, like the way Ja Rule's put it, man, if you're fighting boxing fitness guys, man, it's a whole nother monster versus actual fighters, man. Boxing fitness guys are walking apart. Real boxers, that's a whole another thing. Like, so boxing fitness guys, I can't really goddamn give you stripes on that. Let's keep going.
And on some bullshit. So that's what I don't like about him. Yeah, y'all, you don't never hear me saying that I was a decorated fighter or anything like this, but I happened to find this article. Look at the date on it. June 8th, 1992, so it was some time ago. I actually found...
God, you old as hell. God.
I was rooting through. When I went back to go try to find something for a video, I found out that a lot of my shit had got thrown out. And my mom had saved this. And she showed it to me. When I told her all the shit my dad had thrown away, she told me that she had least, because it was like scrapbook stuff and trophies and stuff like that. But anyway.
Bro, what's up with folks? What's up with parents throwing shit away, man? My mom tried to throw away all my stuff in the garage too, man. I got all my boxing stuff in her garage. She trying to throw it away, man. Don't do that shit, man. I know you watching the channel, man. Keep that stuff, man. I need it so I can show my kids one day, man. Let's go.
Here we go. Final round. That's me right there. I covered up with these pieces of paper. I covered up my name. It says my last name. I'm not telling y'all what it is. Wins by KO. That's the article, and it's got my name there. And it said, well, my first name y'all know is James, right? So James, and there's my last name of the Nick Tiberi Boxing Gym. Scored a 3rd round knockout over Javier Perez of Camden, New Jersey. Camden, New Jersey, in 139-pound junior welterweight amateur fight Saturday night at the Route 30 Mall. See, that's what it says. Route 30 Mall. It was, and that's my last name hyphenated. The first syllable and the second syllable hyphenated. It was my first fight. Now, am I saying that to make myself sound like I'm a decorated fighter? No. If you add up, okay, boxing matches, street fights, jiu-jitsu tournaments, because I used to do that NAGA shit, North American Grappling Association. I used to do that, and it was one other thing. Oh, those high school wrestling matches. I'm only like 12-5. That's not a decorated fighter with a whole lot of experience. But it does, like if I was a football team, that's a playoff record. That's a record to get you to the playoffs. But I'm not claiming to be a decorated fighter. That's not part of my my genre, my image for myself. So I don't.
Yeah, as far as fighting goes, man, I've had much more of an amateur fight career than a professional fight career. But I have had enough experience to say that, yeah, I definitely know my way around, and I can tell you something about it and all this kind of stuff. Maybe I'll tell y'all about, some situations that happened in my professional career in another video. But we'll talk about it another time. Let's see what he has to say.
Claim that. So, dude shouldn't be claiming it either, because he can't prove that he was a fighter. So,
damn.
In my opinion, once I catch you in one lie, everything you say, I could just basically wipe my ass with it.
Yeah.
Another thing I don't like about this, brother, look at this picture right here. That speaks like again, if you're talking about you're tough and this is your crew, this is not a tough crew, dog. No, not at all. This is not somebody that you go to a street fight with. Like, think about it. I'm gonna get back to it, but think about what this would look like if this was a slave ship, and he's up top smiling with the oppressors, and we downstairs shackled up, defecating and urinating on each other, and you got this cat up top smiling with these people. But the truth of the matter is, he's not tough at all. I'm not gonna go ahead and say he's a coward and a sucker and a punk. I won't go as far as to say that, but I will say he's selective with who he talks shit to. I guarantee you that. Oh.
All right, man. So I think I can probably see what's going on right here as far as what he's got going on, and this is probably one of his business ventures, if that's real or not. Who knows? I think it's probably real. It's either his business ventures or I guess some people he went to school with, because I know he said he went to Berkeley. He's not a dumb guy, so I would assume that he probably did actually go to school. To a school like that, but yeah, man. I guess this isn't exactly a tough crew, and as far as Saint and Center goes, I don't think he acts like how Donovan Sharp is or Myron Gaines and them act, like how like you were saying that they've been ostracized by their own community, but they feel that they can be ingratiated with the white boys and all that kind of stuff. And I don't think Saint and Center is like that, because he's crushed a couple 2-3 white guys for being sorry. Like, he crushed Hunter Biden for being racist. I wish I could watch that, but he put it on private. And then he crushed somebody else. And then he just recently talked about a racism story. I didn't watch the whole thing, but he talked about a racism story. I think he more so is I think he's definitely against racism, but he's one of them guys that say don't use it as a tool to be a victim and whatnot. So I'm gonna say that right there. I'm not trying to be too defensive of the guy or whatnot and go against show points and nothing like that, but that's what I've gathered from what I've heard of him so far. Let's get it.
Because these dudes is not gonna fight for him if he gets into a beef with somebody from his tribe.
They're not gonna fight.
Okay, I'm gonna try to explain it to you like this. Where I'm from, there's Riverside, there's a housing project, and there's Shawtown, which is a neighborhood full of Irish, and it used to be back in the day. Who knows? There's probably halfway houses there now. But back in the 80s when I was growing up, it was full of Irish and Italian. Tough kids. Kids that you wouldn't start shit with, and they wouldn't start shit with you. But if you started shit with them, they could fight. I'm not going to sit there and say they couldn't. Just because they was white, they couldn't fight. I'm going to say that. Them dudes could fight.
Yeah,
but
some white boys can
what
fight.
I'm getting at is, okay, I've been ostracized from the people. I was ostracized by the people from Riverside, so to speak. If you know my story, you know I don't fit in with black people. So I don't fuck with Riverside. But I'm not going to go to Shawtown and think that I fit in there. And if I have a beef with Riverside, I'm not going to expect...
All right, man. So you say you were ostracized from the people of Riverside, man. If you watch the video, man, go ahead and comment down that link, or just tell me what the title is so I can go watch the story, because I would be interested in hearing it.
Town to fight with me, and if Shawtown got to beef with Riverside, they ain't gonna expect me to fight with them. But the key to the whole thing is, if I'm in Shawtown and I end up getting into a fight with the kids in Shawtown and they end up jumping on me and beat me up, I can't go to Riverside and say, let's go to Shawtown and avenge this. You know what Riverside gonna tell me? You shouldn't have been effing in Shawtown like that. No way. You shouldn't have been there like that. You get what you deserve. So he's a fool to think that these dudes got his back like that. And you can look at there might be a couple dudes that got their black belt in Taekwondo or some shit like that. Street fighters, game tested, Shawtown type white boys. They are not. So that lets me know right there he is not who he thinks he is. He's trying to fool y'all into something. I don't like that about him. I don't like the fact that he filmed himself in Brazil and said that the women were trash, but he didn't show any examples of the women there. He didn't film any women.
He did.
The camera was on him the whole time, so I know that that's not the case down in Brazil. I train jiu-jitsu, so there's no way in the world that I don't think there's beautiful, and that I don't know that there's beautiful women down there. When I got into the sport, I found out as much about the history of the country that I could. But anyway, I didn't like that. And, the main thing I didn't like about him is the fact that he said he made up lies about O'Shea Duke Jackson. I'm not a fan of his. He made up lies and saying that he was he said he was in foreign countries tricking with children. Yo, that's a real low blow if you don't got no proof and no shit like that.
That's pretty low.
I don't believe it.
That's pretty damn low.
Not only do I not want to believe it, I generally don't believe it. Because, like I said, I'm not a fan of O'Shea Duke Jackson. I would want to believe something like that, but I ain't believe no mess like that. And the fact that he slandered his name like that, that's completely unforgivable, man. And so, yeah, I don't like this dude at all. I think he's a coward. I wouldn't say he's a coward, but I think he's very effeminate. He's very effeminate. He dresses effeminate. Any guy going forward, fellas, any dude that likes to work out and show his body off, who you showing your body off for? Maybe you're showing it off for the women, but if you got dudes, if you know dudes are tuning in and listen to you talk, why do you have your shirt off? Period. So that's very suspect.
I don't know, John. I don't know. It's a different world now, and I will say that it's part of marketing for that, man. I know you're an older guy, man, so you ain't really with all that kind of stuff. But as far as like Instagram goes, you show your Instagram with your shirt off, so people will want to come and train with you. It's gonna be mostly ladies, obviously, but I mean, you still got those men in there who see what you got going on, and they want to be able to attain what you've got. So now they're asking you for training, and especially like if you train boxing and everything like that, and then they see how you look and everything, like now they want to come and train with you because they want to be ripped and then still somehow have some muscles and everything and box all day. So that right there, man, is that's what I'm gonna say right there, man. So I don't think he's doing it on no like gay thing or nothing like that. And I know you ain't really with it because you're an older guy and everything, but hey, I think I'm gonna end the video right there, man. So as far as what he was saying about saying the center crushing O'Shea Duke Jackson and throwing them allegations on him about the whole tricking with children thing and how he said that he didn't like that kind of stuff even if he wasn't a fan. I agree with that right there, man. That was definitely a low blow by him. And if O'Shea didn't do anything like that, then I don't think you should be saying anything like that about anybody, even if you don't like him, man. Like look at Myron Gaines. Like I don't really have like a severe problem with Myron Gaines, man. I think he's kind of lame and he said some stupid ass shit out of his mouth here and there, but like the way that girl was trying to paint the picture of him, man, I still was like, bro, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. So I definitely agree with him on that, man. I guess he was just talking about the whole Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and everything like that, and talking about how the women are trash down in Brazil and everything like that, based off word of mouth from every old guy and his mom that I've listened to. Brazil has nothing but the baddest. And based off my couple 2-3 times in jiu-jitsu class, not my couple 2, I did like 4 years of that shit, but yeah, man, based off my time in Brazilian jiu-jitsu class, there was some bad hoes in there. They got an ugly ass language. That shit sounds, but that shit is ugly. But yeah, man, there's some good looking girls, and you got them them it's like they be looking white, but they got big old booties and stuff like that. That's a nice mixture right there. It look mixed and it got a big old thing on the back, and then like you can't beat that. But I guess I sound real colorist right there. I like all the colors, ladies. I'm sorry.
Light skin or dark skin, it do not matter. If your booty fat, you know where I'm at.
But yeah, man, I don't really agree with that one right there, man. But as far as Satan the Sinner goes, man, I'm not gonna just entirely just crush him just yet, man. I don't know how much he really cares. I'm not gonna say if you're a person that follows Satan the Sinner that you should be out here like, yeah, Saint the Saint, he'll do anything for us. Like none of these guys really would do anything for you. Like I think that some of them are genuinely interested in helping you, but you can't expect to, like, if you called them to answer, or like them to just be randomly checking on you and to see how you do and all this kind of stuff. It's just not the case, man. But I don't really have an issue with Saint the Sinner, man. Shout out to Ja Rules for the video again, man. I didn't get to Rollo Tomasi, but I'm gonna get him next. I'm gonna get him next, man. So yeah, man, y'all stay tuned for that, man. Let me know what you think of Saint the Sinner down in the comments below. Have you checked out Ja Rules? What did you think of his videos? If not, go check them out. And yeah, that's that, man. Go follow my other page at KO Kid Fit, man. I appreciate everybody for watching the video. Y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time.